think how the whole event superhero thing got started was going back to a national organization that over the course of 5 years had 5 different Master of Ceremonies for their annual awards presentation. It's a huge event, big production, sort of an Academy Awards, if you will, where one individual is named out of all these nominees from across the country. And it was very critical that this production come off looking like that big production that it was staged to be. So after 5 years, I came in. It's now been 6 years that I've been working with the organization, and so we've had a lot of fun with that it's so much more than being just a Master of Ceremonies. There are a lot of people coming and going and on the platform, and you're really sort of in a starring role, but the event is the star, and at the end of the night, you're going to find out who the real star is, who wins that very coveted award. For the past few years now, we've broadcast this event live on the web, so it's live TV, and that even makes it more critical that everything go off without a hitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orlando, Florida, and NIADA's Quality Dealer of the Year Awards. Brought to you by Autotrader.com, NADA Used Car Guide, and Northwood University. Here's tonight's host, Amy Cook.
Good evening and welcome to the Gaylord Palms Resort in Orlando, Florida, where tonight the National Independent Automobile Dealers Association names the Quality Dealer for 2009, chosen out of 22 nominees from around the country. But first, please welcome from NIADA and the NIADA Television Network, Mr. Michael Lynn.
Thanks, Amy, and again, welcome to NIADA's annual premier event, the National Quality Dealer Awards. Our event tonight is being simulcast on NIADA TV and Automotive Consumer Television. Tonight's broadcast is being viewed in 43 countries around the globe. We anticipate over 50,000 industry and consumer viewers to join us for the live event and over 200,000 for the rebroadcast throughout the year. With us this evening are businessmen and women from across the country who represent the best of the automotive industry. We congratulate each of them on their nomination and wish them continued success. And now it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's Master of Ceremonies, my friend Michael York.
Thank you, Mr. Lynn. In the beginning, I guess it was just about delivering the script that had already been written, but after a while, it became obvious to me that needed a little something more, if you will, and so I became involved. I do a lot of copywriting and some script writing. I'm an author of a couple of books, so writing is one of those things that I use in my business, and I just brought that to the event, and this organization and other clients now are actually engaging me in many cases just to do the writing. So the script is such a critical part of the message, of the show, of the presentation, and it becomes even maybe a little easier for me because now I'm delivering my own script or things that I've written. But it also sets the tone for that event. What's the event about? How are you going to engage the audience? And so we sort of developed something that they didn't have before, and that's this opening monologue that lasts usually 3 to 5 minutes. It's just me delivering a script that I've written about this event and what's going on the past year and sort of tying everything up or bringing everyone to this point. So that sort of launches the event. Once upon a time, isn't that how most great stories begin? Just a short test drive away from the Magic Kingdom and Cinderella's castle, we gather tonight for yet another magical story, and to remind one another that dreams do still come true. To remember that winning can only happen as a result of losing something, sometime, somehow, that success cannot exist without a failure along the way. When old ways become obsolete, when conditions change and customers' expectations change with them, when fear is rampant, when experience becomes outdated, when learning isn't optional but critical to your success, when stepping out of the past means leaping into the future even when you can't clearly see the way. This is the courage of the entrepreneur and the striving of greatness. Remember the great revelation that we all had when we found out our parents did not know everything? We seem to have found ourselves in a marketplace recently where it can feel like we don't know anything for sure, except how to discover that power in discovery, the magic of learning. Something new, some new way or new idea that connects with a customer or a community or an industry, and suddenly you've stepped into the light. You can see the results, like the legends and the leaders we've all read about who did exactly that same thing. They did something different. They did something remarkable. And then they celebrated. This is a great setting for a celebration, yes? The city we find ourselves in tonight exists primarily because of the vision of just one man and what that vision became. Could then a single individual really make that kind of difference? History says, without a doubt. Walt Disney has inspired countless generations of kids who became adults, who became whatever it is they wished to become. I love Disney. Walt once said about his dream, "I cannot believe that there are any heights that cannot be scaled by anyone who knows the secret to making dreams come true." This special secret: curiosity, confidence, courage, and constancy. And the greatest of all, he said, is confidence. When you believe in a thing, believe in it all the way, implicitly and unquestionably. So tonight, we recognize a group of individuals who believed in a thing all the way. Sitting with this group of dealers for interviews this week, hearing their beliefs in God and country, their gratitude to family and community, believing that they can bring a new attitude and a new energy to this industry and to this marketplace, and hearing how seriously they take this honor in representing, I believe that they are making a difference. It is an inspiring story. This then is a night of wishes coming true, of courage and the courageous, how champions will meet challenges, because for captains of enterprise, challenges will most certainly arise. A story that began once upon a time, tonight adds another magical chapter. This is the 2009 National Quality Dealer Awards. So when we say, almost kiddingly, event superhero, who can save your next event, we're not really talking about me being the star. Although I am in a starring role, it's really my job to save the event from going overtime if you're in a live broadcast, or moving people on and off the stage. We show a lot of video clips, so you got to keep things moving. And that's what we talk about when we're actually saying to save the event. It's not about me being the star. It's about the event being the star and coming in on time, but also doing what's supposed to happen there with all the preparation that's gone into this moment in time, pulling that off and everybody feeling good when it's all over. I am a huge fan of performance, of Disney, Hollywood, Las Vegas, We call it Welcome to the Show. And in the show, the audience wants to be engaged. They want to be entertained. They want to have fun. They need to learn something. And that critical message or that big event needs to hit the mark. And that's the challenge. And that's what I love about it.
Thanks for being with us. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Michael York, wishing you a magical year from the Gaylord Palms